Yes, welcome back to In the Red Corner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone's well this evening. It's WBKB Thursday, and that only means one thing: that in the red corner polo shirts in the wash, and I'm now repping the WBKB. What happened to the weather? It was red hot yesterday. It's pissing down now, but never mind. But tonight, an exciting one. Really buzzing to have these two lads on, and it's going to be an unbelievable fight as well. Callum Fuller repping the Street Beefs. We've got Josh Monkhouse as well, who's also fought on Street Beefs. But he's from the city of Carlisle, representing Cumbria at the show. So it's going to be amazing who we've got in the comments there. The Real Bean is sure, yes, 100% fire. Ryan Stubbs, yes, Josh. Morgan Scott, get up, Josh. Carl Wade, let's go, Josh, lad. A lot of love for Josh there. Let's go, Fuller, lad. Good to see. And Harry Willits, make sure you ask Callum why he keeps ducking me. I'll be sure to ask him, mate. I'll be sure he's laughing in the background there. Yeah, as always, I'm joined by Gilly as the co-host for WBKB Thursday. Ryan Baxter there. All right, Ryan, how you doing? Peaky Baxter in the house. Here he is now. He's in the background. Gilly, let's bring him in. Yes, Gilly, how you doing?
Good evening, Ross. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, my man.
Excellent.
Pleasure to have you in the red corner as always, mate.
It's a pleasure to be back because this time last Thursday we were all sat there watching that shite in Three Lions, weren't we? You know, we give everybody a week off for the England football, and then they went and turned out that shower of shit for us. So I'm actually glad that the WBKB Thursday is back. I think if England were playing tonight, I think folks should be watching this podcast instead, to be quite honest with you, you know.
I don't know if you've seen Mick Terrell's post that he put out about football. It was pretty accurate, you know. It's boring. No one gets punched in the face. He was right, really.
Well, yeah, and there's that adage, isn't it, about rugby, where rugby's 80 minutes of men trying to pretend they're not hurt, and football's 90 minutes of men pretending that they are hurt and things like that. But each to their own. It'd be nice if they didn't go on and win the Euros, but like you say, unfortunately, so far they've been absolutely terrible, haven't they? You know, like you say, I think if Southgate was part of WBKB, we'd have sacked the fella by now, to be quite honest. They've been out on his ear.
We've got more pressing matters. We've got more pressing matters than the football. We've got more exciting things than the football. We've got the WBKB 3 show coming back.
Far more exciting things, Ross. Like we're going to be joined tonight by two guys who are going to fight 3 2-minute rounds, and they're going to serve up more action and more excitement than the England team's going to do all the way through that tournament. You know, this is, like you say, obviously, we you know, the event itself is going to be absolute fire. We've got 10 fights announced now that are, you know, every single fight is going to be a huge fight. And obviously the one we're going to talk about tonight, the Monkhouse versus Fuller fight. You know, two guys fresh on the scene, highly confident, young, fit, talented, and you know, I'm really, really excited for this fight. I'm absolutely buzzing about it, Ross.
Me too. Yeah, exactly what you said there. You know, two young lads, both making the bare knuckle debut. It's going to be unbelievable. Cloud Competitions in the comments there. Shout out Cloud Competitions, sponsor of the In the Red Corner podcast. You can go over to them on Instagram, find them. They've got a competition running at the moment. They've just hit 10,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram. So they've decided to give away money for nothing. You can't go wrong with that, can you? You can't argue with that. So go over there, Cloud Competitions, find them on Instagram. The link might be in the description box. If it's not, I'll put it in after this. And give them a follow and go and register. You get 5 free tickets as well to the chance of winning £1,000 in prizes. But yeah, big thanks to them for everything that they do, sponsoring WBKB as well.
Sure, Ross, fantastic, absolutely. Thank you very much to the Cloud guys. We've had some big news as well, haven't we, since the last time we convened? The ringside seats are now sold out. So if you wanted the ringside seats, sorry guys, sold out. We warned you once, we warned you twice, we warned you several times. If you wanted ringside, you've missed out. The VIP tickets, we've still got a very limited amount available. We've had about 320 tickets seated on sale. We've sold around 260 of those now, so there's about 60 tickets left. So if you want to get those, get your hands in your pockets, see your fighters, message us, and get it sorted as soon as you can. And obviously since then, we've added to our special guest collection. We already had Danny Christie coming along as the referee, David Round coming along as judging. I'm surprised David hasn't popped up to take the piss out of us. And obviously since then, we've now got Dave Stroughton confirmed, Cumbrian combat sport legend Dave Stratton's going to be there refereeing as well. We've also got the one and only Gary Fox, BKFC featherweight champion, former, just an absolute legend of a man, real warrior, the sort of guy you would want to go to war with. He's Gary Fox, and Gary Fox is coming along to the show. And then obviously we've got our little Cumbrian favourite, the Polish Cumbrian, the one and only Bartek, the Polish plough Kanabi. Bartek's going to be there as well. So as well as a stunning lineup of fights, there's going to be lots of special guests there. I'm sure all the guys will be happy to meet our punters and the whole WBKB thing is going to be an absolutely fantastic experience.
I like his comment there, smackhead Santa Claus.
He's going to have to clarify which one of the two he's on about.
I think he's on about that fella there. Class. Lots of love for both fighters in the chat. I appreciate you all for being in the red corner. Matty Morton, who we've also got on the show, is in the chat. Ryan Baxter, who's going to be fighting on the show as well, is in the chat. It's great to see the support.
Yeah, absolutely, Ross. Like you say, it's fantastic to see that the podcast's gaining traction. More people are tuning in to watch us, and because I think tonight again, obviously, we're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about the fighters. We're going to have a good talk with Josh and with Callum. But on top of that, we're also going to be joined in about 10 minutes' time by Steve Brown from Andy's Man's Club. Steve's going to talk to us a bit about how he's getting on with the fight, in improving awareness of men's mental health. So I think tonight we're going to discuss so many really important issues. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the podcast this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, enough of us talking pish. Let's get these two lads on, shall we?
Indeed. Bring on the main eventers.
Yeah, Josh needs to turn his camera on, if you can do that. There he is. Here they are.
Yeah,
Monkhouse and Callum Fuller. How's everyone doing?
All right. Yeah, can I just say real quick, Harry Willett's penis just got real hard that I came on camera then.
I'm glad I'm not the only one then, to be fair.
Is there in the comments? Raw BKB on Saturday. I'm there, mate. We can jump in the ring after my fight and get it on.
Yeah, we'll do that. We've already talked anyways, we'll do that. I'm there on Saturday.
Good stuff. Rick
Doherty. You're right, being also well. Shout out to you, bro. Right, let's go.
Yeah. What's this? Ew, I don't know what it is. This noise that he's doing.
It's a thing that Kyle Suter started. The Scottish lads that we beefed with and we became mates after fighting. He started this thing in Scotland, like where they got EI, as in like he thought it's that basically. My phone's gonna die on.
Class. I see like a lot of the lads typing it and stuff like that. I wasn't.
Yeah, it's just like a get up in Scotland. Yeah.
Is Ryan Baxter full of confidence? Get me on this live. Fuck these two sausages. You'll get your turn, Ryan. Don't worry, pal. Don't worry. Lads, how are you feeling about this fight? We've brought you together. You've previously fought on the same show, Street Beefs. Shout out Street Beefs. Did you see yourselves being as contenders when you fought on that show? Were you sizing each other up a bit?
No, he's a boxer. I'm MMA, so I never thought no. To be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting because they often say styles make fights. Josh being a boxer and you being MMA, it does make for a really interesting one.
I think it will be a good one because we're both small and fast. Like this guy calling us a sausage in the comments. I think he's saying that because we're smaller guys, but you spar with small guys in the gym and you're probably getting your ass lit up for a few rounds before you start like waking up, honestly.
Yeah. Manny Hamid defending is there. Calm down, Ryan's son. Manny Hamid on the show as well. This card is unbelievable. It's
it does look good.
And you'll be bringing a lot of the Street Beef lads with you, I'm guessing.
Do what?
You'll be bringing a lot of the Street Beef lads with you.
They should be coming up. Yeah, we usually roll about 10 deep, all of us. Yeah, so we all really do stick together. I don't know why these backs are trying to like make it about him.
I don't know who's put 50 pence in him. Like I don't know what he's.
I don't know. But I'm not like this, mate. I've got videos proving on site I will actually punch someone up if they want to like talk like this.
Let the fist do the talk and not the mouth. That's what I
do.
Yeah.
I'm not. Bro, I just want to say I'm not getting paid for this. I will just fight anyone if they want to say it to my face on the night and fuck my fight off. I'll do it. Fuck that.
Exactly.
It's
I
not
don't
about
mean
Ryan
that. I will
tonight. It's
fight.
about you two lads. It's about you two lads. So Ryan, you will get your turn to come on the podcast at some point, mate. Just hold tight, hold tight. It'll be in the next couple of weeks. Gilly, we've got these two lads matched up, and as you were saying in the intro, both young, fit lads, ready to bring their A game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, I genuinely think that this fight's going to be a real lively fight. I think, like you say, both guys are very confident, and rightfully so, because I think we've discussed in the past. There's no point going into a fight unless you're confident that you believe you can win.
There's no
And
point.
I like the fact that these two guys are two lads who back themselves. At the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for guys who are upwardly mobile, guys who are ambitious, guys who want to go on to achieve, big things. We're not just looking for people who are marking time. And I think these two fit every single bit of criteria that we're looking for in terms of fighters on WBKB. They're young, they're fit, they're enthusiastic. As he said there, Ross, the whole clash of styles is intriguing as well, because obviously Josh is probably more of a boxer than Callum is. But I've had this discussion in the past. I actually think that, again, obviously Kev Thompson, who's one of our founders, Kev came from an MMA background, and he won the BKB British Cruiserweight title at the O2 Arena in London.
It's not like it's a rare thing as well. Yeah.
It is. And again, I think in a way, I don't think MMA, it's not a bad thing. I think it gives that bit of something different. I think that night Kevin came into that fight with a bit of an unorthodox sort of stance to the fight rather than traditional boxing. So I think it'll be interesting to see, it might be a traditional boxing stance against whatever Callum's kind of worked on. I think the most intriguing thing that I've ever seen in bare knuckle boxing, Ross, was a few years back when Rico Franco defeated Jimmy Sweeney, and he came in with such an unorthodox style that he really threw Sweeney. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how Callum approaches the fight and whether Josh can impose that traditional boxing style upon Callum. I think, like you say, it really has got all the hallmarks of a top fight. The two fantastic boys. I'm looking forward to seeing them go at it.
Yeah, just before we start the podcast, I just want to touch on what you've just said. I was a little bit nervous about doing this bare knuckle journey because I've always wanted to do it, and I've just stayed with what I'm comfortable with the MMA. And I've had lads in the gym who spar me say, "Bro, do it!" And that gives me confidence. You know what I'm saying? So if they're saying that, that's the only reason why I am even doing it. Is because they just keep telling me to do it. So,
yeah. Josh, what was your kind of reasoning behind wanting to get into the bare knuckle game?
Just mainly watching Danny Christie and obviously the journey he's been on, and I've only started a year ago, and then I thought may as well chuck myself on the deep end, and that's why I went on Street Beefs, see what the 4 ounce is about, and then now I'm just going for the bare knuckle.
Just on the Street Beefs thing, I think we touched on it previously with Matty Morton, and obviously we're on about men's mental health tonight with Andy's Man's Club guys and things like that. Obviously, Matt Morton touched on the family that sort of Street Beefs have created and things like that. How important to you guys was that connection with Street Beefs, and how important, of a role do they play just in your day-to-day life in terms of having that fighting family? Because I think a lot of people underestimate the value of fighting and what it brings to people. So, for both of you, what has that connection with Street Beefs brought to your lives and in terms of like your men's mental health and things like that?
go on, Josh. I'll let you do it.
I haven't really been speaking to anyone really. I've obviously just kept myself to myself, just kept working on what I'm doing. So that'd be more of Fuller's thing, but I know he's dead close with them.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, we're super close with Street Beef. I am definitely. I know, Josh, you've only sort of popped in now and then, but Street Beefs are a family. They literally mean it, and I've been in brawls with them. They really do back you. And in terms of the mental health stuff, just the other day, Jamie Haley texted me randomly and said, "Bro, you okay?" I said, "Of course. Why? What's up?" He said, "I'm just asking all the lads." And I know everybody's starting to hear what Jamie Haley's name is. They know who he is. He knocks people out. This is a guy who's new on the scene as well, and he's going around making sure all the lads are all right. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is to be to have mental health. Is to ask each other. Do you know what I mean? So they are. They're all there. Yeah.
I got to meet Jamie at the. I think he was at the YouTube Wars, wasn't he, in Leeds?
Yeah, he's a solid guy.
Watched him in action. Yeah, really, really nice lad. It's good to hear as well, and this bare knuckle community that's getting built up around. It's not just the fact that the WBKB Street Beefs, YouTube Wars, Raw. Who am I missing there? Ashmeyer and Adams promotion, Rock Solid. All kind of working together and working with each other. It's great to see.
Yeah, I like what they've got going on. It's fight management, isn't it?
Yeah, fight management UK.
Yes,
You know what's mad about comments like that is how do you know? How do you know he's going to box me up?
That's bad.
Well, these are both kind of unknown, especially in this.
I
In the scene
promise
as well.
you, I clap cheeks. I'm not even kidding. I will clap cheeks. Tell him
Do you
go.
I think the hardest part of when you say fights is obviously you get something like this, or you get the build up like you do with say the BKFC, and then you're watching all the comments. You got all these folk going, "Oh, easy work, mate, easy work," and it's obviously respectfully, it's usually guys who've never been in there and don't know much about much. But when you see it, like you say, it was like that last show. The amount of obviously I love Bartek to bits. And the amount of commenting, oh, Jack's going to smack him. And I was like, no, he's not. But obviously, it's like, Josh's mates are going to back Josh and think it's easy work. And probably you'll have a few on your side as well, Callum, to be fair. Just on the Carlisle thing, Josh, I've probably worked in Carlisle now for a few years. And I said to Ross, there's a few Carlisle terms that I just can't get my head round. And I wondered if you could clarify a couple of bits of Carlisle lingo for me. So my first question is, what is a peeve?
Peeve?
I'd like to come to us and say that he's earned a peeve. And I was like, what was the West come?
Yeah,
he's gone there.
I don't know what's happened there. He's dropped out.
Someone's hacked the podcast.
Ryan Baxter trying in a second. He's Gilly back there. Don't know what happened there, mate. Sorry.
No. Did you catch me when I asked him what a peeve is?
Oh, yeah. Peeve is like a pint, you know what I mean?
A pint?
Aye, a peeve like a drink, aye.
Right, okay. And what's chorin? What does chorin mean?
Like stealing something.
Stealing,
Stealing.
I have that down here. You chore something, you steal it. Yeah.
Okay. So what about a radgie? What's a radgie?
It's a clampet. Absolute divvy.
So of all the people
like I've Ryan Baxter in the comments, that's what you call it.
I was going to say, what's the best example of a radge that you've come across so far then?
So far,
right, nice call.
Ryan Baxter, it's an absolute girl, man, isn't it? Carrying on like her.
Yeah. Is he actually fighting this Ryan Baxter, or is he an internet guy?
Yeah, we've got him matched up. His fight cards out there.
Yeah,
what weight does he fight at?
At 62 kilo.
Is he 62 kilo? That's why he's piping off.
Not far off me, then I'll go up to him.
Bro, boys, I literally on the street though, I'd chalk him out. I won't even fight him. CTF motivation, let's go. I love that guy. You need to get to know that man. He's a sick guy.
There's a comment there. That says Josh knows about choring. Can you explain that comment, Josh, please?
That's just a divvy. That I don't know who the fuck that is.
Carlisle grime. I didn't know there was a grime scene in Carlisle. But
first I've seen it. As soon as I've seen this podcast, I could imagine who it could be. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody who I've been before. You don't know.
Yeah.
No, there's plenty of love for the pair of you in the comments, and like I say, I appreciate
the only reason I'm reacting to the negative is to hype this up a little bit to involve the bad comments. Otherwise, I just won't even care.
How are you both getting on with sponsors and things like that, boys? How are you?
Yeah, good.
I've got myself one sponsor.
Yeah, I've got two. It's hard.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. But I mean, again, just a little standard Thursday shout out. Before they mention their sponsors, we've got two guys here, Josh, Craig, Callum, they're both coming to put it all on the line, WBKB3. They'll have the fight wear and everything like that. So if you want to get them sponsored, do it. We'll have some great media footage. We'll have photos. We'll get your logos all over the place. So, if you get the chance, sponsor these fighters, get behind them and get on their journey with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll give them a follow on Instagram as well. Reach out to them on Instagram if you want any tickets.
Yeah, please do.
Help the lads earn a payday.
Please do. I'll never speak for another man, but I can in this situation. Like me and Josh are really gonna bare knuckles gonna hurt. Do you know what I mean? So if you can jump on board and help us pay for training, anything like that, it just helps us put on more of a show. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, camps aren't cheap, are they? At the end of the day,
No,
your
they're
food,
not.
your gym,
Travel,
you know,
all that shit.
it all adds up. It all adds up. And like I say, go and follow the journey, making the bare knuckle debut. Who knows where these two lads can go?
Respectfully, after I've clapped his cheeks, I'm gonna need some like baby wipes to wipe him up. So I've got. I'm fucking with you, Josh. You know what? I can't even do this with Josh because, you know, before we fought, but like it was announced to fight, he showed so much support on my TikTok. He's just always like trying to like, you know what I mean? So it's hard for me to like banter with him a bit, but I'm trying.
Yeah,
just let the answer
I get
talk,
it. You know, sorry, Josh, go on.
I'll just wait for the time to come. That's what I'll do. I don't talk really. I just wait for the time.
Well, I want to go. I want people to watch this fight. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be one.
Expect
It's going to be
fireworks
an
anyway.
amazing fight.
Yeah, it will be. It's one of them fights where the smaller guys will steal the show, I promise.
Yeah,
or at least try.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the fight tonight, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in that.
These bigger guys will just put you out in a punch. Like, you know, this is
going to be actual technical boxing, moving around, setting shots up, you know.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good
tickling, all that shit. Lenny B wants to be your next opponent. CA for your CA. I don't even know what it means. It's not
it's a Carlisle thing, I think, Callum. It's a Carlisle.
Yeah, CA's the start of the postcodes in Carlisle, so
it's a big old postcode.
You know, the few lads that we've had on for WBKB3 so far, you know, Matty Morton, Marty Barnes, you know, it was all respectful between them and things like that. It's just business is business at the end of the day, isn't it? He's going to, you know, he's going to fight. Doesn't mean you have to talk shit about each other, but you know what he's going to do at the end of the day.
I do like a bit of banter though, to hype it up a bit, because but truthfully, if we get along, we're going to punch each other. If we don't get along, we're going to punch each other. So it don't even matter, does it?
No. Like I say, this is probably going to be the.
I have been known to squeeze an arse between rounds. So look out for that.
I think this is probably one of the dark horse fights for me, Gil.
Yeah, I hope so, because we will do
100%, and I think that's the beauty is as you say, Ross. I think a lot of the time the best fights are the lighter guys because you know it's fast paced and they're tough, durable lads, and you know, and I think it's if you look at the last show, Gary Taylor versus Matt Sutton. That was the fight of the night. That was two lighter lads, and it was great to watch because they just went to war for 3 rounds, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, and
look at people like Robbie Brown.
Fighters got all the hallmarks that could really do the same. And
oh, he cast him, and
keeps dipping out. I don't know what's going on.
No, we've got gremlins in the system tonight. But yeah, we've got 2 really tough lads here, and you know, it's one of those fights where it's. Like you say, again, it's just another fight of the night contender, and it's another fight where I just really don't know who's going to win, and that's what it's all about. It's about having fights where you can't predict the winner. That's what people want to see. It's that unpredictability, and I think sometimes you probably only get that with bare knuckle boxing. You know, nobody's coming here to watch a procession. Every single opponent, every single fight we've got, both of these fighters are live dogs in the fight. And this fight, like you say, could really be the show stealer, could be the fight of the night. And the more I'm listening to these guys, the more I'm excited about it, to be honest with you.
Harry fucking Willis. Ross, providing I get past Josh, I would like to fight Willis.
Yeah, well, we can make that happen. I'm sure we can talk about it and make it happen.
I'll tickle 100%. Your bum as well, Harry. Well, just say this: whoever wins out of this fights Harry, innit?
Yeah.
But,
I'll fight him and then I'll go up there and I'll fight that Ryan as well. Shout in the comments, I'll do that.
You'll fight Ryan. Baxter.
Do you know what? I think I very much view it as Ross. You know, like we've got guys back on the show, and essentially the reason why they're back again for us is because the first time round they put up a great fight, and it's like you think everybody was.
Oh man, painful tonight. This. I don't know what keeps happening, Gil.
No, as long as the guys are out there and fighting, like I think these 2 guys will. I think it's fair to say we'll want them back all the time, won't we? You know, that's what we're looking for. Is warriors basically, and I think these 2 guys are warriors, and looking forward to having them both back on, irrespective of the result of the bouts. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, there you go. There's the offer, Willets. Let's make it happen in the WBKB. I'm sure we'd love to have you on the show. It'll be an amazing fight.
For Simon, though. I think he fights for Rock Solid. Sorry, Ashmere. I ain't sure. But I know you're all fight management, aren't you? So you can just pass.
We all work under the same banner, so yeah, it could work.
We'll be able to work with Ashmere and make that happen. No problem whatsoever.
Rick's okay. Mackie's Wi-Fi gone again, Gilly.
Harry Willits, where do you want your ass tickled? WBKB or not Rock Simon Kirk? Sure.
YTW. Oh no, it's just called bare knuckle now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, bare knuckle sport.
Bare knuckle sport. Yeah.
But it's not about him tonight. Let's talk about what's in it.
Yeah, Kev Thompson there, one of the promoters for the
WBKB. Kevin, I feel like I should know him. I feel like I know him, but I don't know.
You might have met him. I don't think he's been to any of the. You might have met him. Did you go down to Rock Solid?
No, I wasn't meant to.
Shows ago. Like Gilly said, he's a former British bare knuckle BKB champion himself. So.
Oh, sick! It's an honour to have him in then.
I think at one point, Ross, he was ranked the number 4 British light heavyweight professional MMA fighter as well. He won a couple of European titles and British titles as an MMA fighter.
Right, that's it. I'm calling him out.
He had a good career, to be fair to him. He did, but like you say, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, like I say, I think we're looking at a fight that could be fight of the night. Support the fighters, sponsor them. If you want your tickets, these guys earn commission on tickets sold. So get behind them, make it even more worthwhile for them. Hit them up on Instagram or whatever it might be and give these guys your support. It's going to be a war on the 31st of August. These two guys are going to bring it. Like you say, Carlisle, Cumbria, Josh is your man, get behind him. Street Beef's family and folk who just respect a good, honest, solid fighter. Get behind Callum as well.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, lads. Let's go. Any parting words to each other before we wrap you guys up?
I'm gonna eat your bum. I want to be as gay because it's Pride Month. I want to be as gay as possible, like a mega awkwardly gay. I just want to tickle your ass on the fucking 31st of August.
If that's the case, then I'll spank yours there.
You had this voice crack because I've got a flu. That voice, I don't usually voice crack. But yeah, I'll see you on the 31st. Is this it? Or what's going on?
Yeah. Right, I'll leave you to it, lads. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on. And like Gilly said, go and give the lads a follow on Instagram. If you want to sponsor them. Get your tickets through them. Appreciate you, lads. I'll speak to you soon.
I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, boys. Cheers. Thank you very much.
But don't go anywhere, guys. We've got Steve from Andy's Man Club. And if you don't know about Andy's Man Club, Steve will tell you about it. Don't worry. We can keep you in the loop. Gil, a lot of talk about mental health and especially mental health around fighters and things like that. And, Andy's Man Club have created something amazing, haven't they?
They have. Like you say, it was founded in Cumbria by Steve. And now it's just spread all across the county. They've got branches. They've got 2 in Workington, Whitehaven, Maryport, Cockermouth. They've got Carlisle. They've got branches all over the county, and they're attended every week by large numbers of men. And they really are making a huge difference. Obviously, not just in Cumbria, all across the whole of Britain. They really have made a massive impact in breaking down the stigma around men's mental health and. Just getting us all to be able to talk, and it's fantastic, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, without further ado, let's bring Steve Brown in, the main man himself. Yes, Steve, how are you doing?
All right, guys. Thank you very much for getting me on again. It's fantastic. Honestly, it's a great platform for us to.
It's a pleasure to have you back on.
Out, honestly, and happy birthday for this week, Ross.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a massive platform for us. This we attended the last show, and it was absolutely amazing, like unbelievable. The atmosphere was brilliant. The fights were brilliant. It was brilliant. It's great to be in partnership with you guys. You know what I mean? And gives us a platform to reach out to the fighters, because the fighters statistically are one of the worst groups in the world for mental health. You know what I mean? So we're there for them people, you know what I mean, for to reach out to. The hardest thing for anybody to do is reach out in mental health, because especially in the fighting game, they're all big, tough men, hard, solid lads. They think it's a weakness to actually admit they've got a problem, but it isn't a weakness. If you've got a problem, the hardest thing to do is say help, right? So to reach out for help, but it's a strength, not a weakness, to reach out for help. You know what I mean? And we are there for every fighter there is. There's clubs all around Britain, and so wherever you are, there'll be a club near you. It's honestly, and we will help. It's not just how can I put it? You'd be amazed how much help. I mean, we're not professionals. We just bring people together who actually are going through similar issues. So we bring them together, and they help one another by exchanging numbers, talking to one another, giving one another advice. And that's what we do. It's so simple. It works. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you've helped many, many people, you know, all around the country and things. And, you know, it seems to be going from strength to strength. Andy's Man Club, new branches opening all the time. And there was, I know we talked about it last time briefly, there was something on with Manchester City Football Club as well, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah. Well, we opened a new thing at the Etihad Stadium, a new actual Andy's Man Club run from there. So, because I'm a Man City supporter, I got invited down to do an actual mock Andy's Man Club, and they put it and the video they put on the telly, put it on the big screen in the Etihad at half time. It was absolutely fantastic. Like, we just get awareness out there, you know. It's all we're about is awareness. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we were invited to 3-0 at Wheaton for the Pride of Cumbria Awards, which we won. You know, we won the award of Community Group of the Year, which was honestly brilliant. I mean, it's an award. Award's an award, means nothing, but what it does is create awareness throughout the county for men, so men can hear about this and say and realise there is something out there for them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, the big thing as well with the fighters, and, you know, I touch on it occasionally on podcasts and things, you know, I always say about the rise of a fighter, you know, they're in training camp and then the fight happens and, you know, they've got structure in their life and they've got something to strive towards. And then after the fight, it's kind of, there's almost a nothingness where, you know, there's a lot of struggles for guys there where the structure's gone because they don't need to go to the gym because they haven't got a fight to train or prepare for. And, you know, a lot of guys kind of get lost that way. It's something that I really want to help with or do something about. Yeah. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go about it. I'm still kind of figuring that out. And, you know, but Andy's Man Club could help with that as well.
100%, mate. Honestly, we understand that it's not just fighters, it's sportsmen as a whole. That once they've done their bit, then it's like, I mean, if sportsmen, if they retire or they get injured, things like that, they don't know where to turn in life because they don't know what else to do. So it often affects them with depression, anxiety, you know what I mean? And we just want people to know that we are there for them, and we can help them. You know, we're there for anyone, but I mean, especially sports personnel and things like that. We like the people sort of misunderstand us that, or it's Andy's Man Club, it's a bit of a stigma, which all we try and do is break this stigma, break it down, because men, especially in Cumbrian men are all rugby league players, etc., etc. They're all big, strong, hard men, and they don't want to show any weakness whatsoever, and that's the stigma. So all we're trying to do is break this stigma for men, so that it's okay to talk, and that's our motto. It's okay to talk, and if people come and see us, we'll help them. We've helped so many people before. We've saved so many lives. We've brought so many people back to their normal selves, you know. It's not just the men, it's the families, the friends and everything. If they're struggling, everybody suffers around them. And we're there to break that stigma, honestly. And what we do is simple, but really, really effective.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, I know you don't do it for the adulation of the reward, you know, but it must feel rewarding being able to help, you know, guys in these situations.
Massively rewarding to see somebody coming in our club who's practically broken, and they come to us as a last resort, and then we bring them back up to their normal self. It maybe take a long time, but it's week after week you see them getting better and better, and that's where we get our buzz from, because we see them getting back to their normal selves, and then eventually they get so well back to normal, let's say. But it's not only back to normal, it's back. They know they've got a support network. They know they've got a brotherhood, what we call a brotherhood, because everybody's there for one another, not just themselves. When they come down, it's like it's an equal plateau. Nobody's got any ego in there. Nobody's got any judgment. It's a safe, confidential place for men to talk, basically. And then when they do talk, you can see how much relief it is for them. That they walk out of there 10 foot tall, you know.
Yeah. You know, a lot of men, like you say, you know, it is good to talk and things like that, absolutely. And reaching out is sometimes the hardest thing to do. But you'll never regret talking to somebody about a problem. And, you know, we can all wear a smile. Everyone goes through, you know, we're all going through things. Everyone's got different issues and problems, you know. But with the brotherhood that you've created, there might be someone there with a similar issue or that's got experience. You know, no one's problems are exactly the same, either. But you know, there's always someone there that you can talk to, and that'll be able to help.
Of course, honestly, 90% of the problems are all placed. 99% is anxiety, depression, bipolar, ADHD, things like that. Just things like that. But or falling out with a partner, things like that. They can't see the kids. And everybody in that room, there's at least half a dozen people who have the same problem or have been through that same problem. So that's where the help comes in. They just help one another, you know.
Absolutely. Sorry, go on, Steve.
We've got like, in 18 months, right, we've built up 7 clubs. And that's about people getting better and wanting to give back. So they want to help out. So I'll make them facilitators, and they can do what we all do in different areas, where they're from, in whatever part of Cumbria they're from, you know. And then that's how the new clubs, how we create new clubs. So it's just about people getting better and wanting to give back, because nobody wants to leave once we help them get better, you know. So we've got like 7 clubs, but now we're looking like we'll have another 7 by this time next year. You know, what we want is a club within 10 minutes of any man, you know, so that we're there for support if anybody needs us. But we just need to break this stigma down. And this is a great platform for me to come on and say, come on, lads, if you're struggling, just come along and see what we do. You don't have to talk. There's no pressure. There's no nothing. You just come along, see what we do. And maybe after a couple of weeks, you'll open up. You don't have to have, don't have to be suicidal to come to our club. You just got to be struggling in some way. Even if it's loneliness, you know. We get older men, lost their wives, lonely. They'll never see anybody all week, so they come down. You know, things like that. It's just simple stuff.
Absolutely, and it's great that the growth that you're having and things. I'm sure it'll spread. It's already kind of spread outside of Cumbria, though, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, Cumbria is sort of the
hub,
one of the last places to have it, because there was nothing in Cumbria until we got together, and decided, right, we need support for men in this area, and then it's absolutely gone mental. When we opened the very first night, it was well publicised on Facebook, etc. But I still didn't expect many people. I thought maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even would come through that door. We got 40 men the very first night, and then we knew we'd hit the nail on the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just grown and grown and grown from there. There's 250 men in Cumbria Youth and his man club at the moment, and hopefully there's going to be 250 more by this time next year.
Yeah, that'll get the help that, or hopefully get the help that they need and want.
Oh yeah. We're all like volunteers as well, you know. But we've created this brotherhood that we absolutely love. You know what I mean? We love helping people.
Yeah.
We love Monday nights because it's club night, you know, and we do all sorts of other things at weekends. I mean, I do presentations like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. We get together at weekends, especially in the summer. There's loads and loads of stuff going on. So we'll have a stall. We've got a gazebo. We'll just go and we give out the old wristbands and cards and flyers, just to let people know we're around.
Absolutely. I've got that pin. I've still got that pin that you gave me at the last show.
Nice one.
I'll be wearing it at the next show as well. And you're going to be at the next show too. You know, you've been there from the start with the WBKB. There's Gilly showing his band there.
Excellent. Matter.
Yeah. You know, like I say, you've been with us from the start and things, and you know.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about this last time, but for those that are new to watching, you know, to see a man's mental health kind of stall at the shows, especially at a show like Bare Knuckle, it's you know, 20 years ago it just would never have happened. But you know, mental health is a problem, and you know, it's ongoing every day for everyone. So to have you at the store, to have you at the show, it's an honour for us.
Yeah,
it's an honour for us to be there. You know, and it's great for us to see everybody and the amount of bands and cards and people take, you know, especially at somewhere like that with a big macho sort of event, and people, like I said, it's all about like breaking the stigma. And if we're there, and we are breaking the stigma slowly but surely, but we get there, you know.
Absolutely.
Do you know something, Ross? I've been quiet just because you know, I just wanted to listen and take in everything that Steve said. And I think in this day and age, we overuse words and we overuse terms. You know, words and talk are cheap these days. But this guy here, to me, is an absolute legend of a man. You know, what he's done to bring the Andy's Man's Club to Cumbria and to set up something and to give up so much time that he has done to break down the stigma, and then also to be somebody who's inspired other people. Because I see yourself, but I also see lads like Mark Green, Mike Glaster, Phil Radcliffe, the list endless.
Yeah.
What's happened now is those guys are now inspired to go and do their own thing, and they're helping more people break their stigma, and they're inspiring even more people to talk and to improve and to be, you know, to fulfill the potential as men, basically. And that all comes back to you and what you've started. And, you know, I just think it's absolutely mind-blowing, because basically everything that you've done and everything that you do is completely selfless. Like you've said, you know, you won the Pride of Cumbria award, but obviously you know yourself that the bigger award is what you get all the time. But it's the fact that you just do it for, you know, for no gain, for just because that's the man that you are. And to me, mate, in my eyes and a lot of people's eyes, you are an absolute legend and you are an inspiration. And thank you very much for having something out there for men and being there for people, mate. You know, you're an absolute superstar.
Thanks very much, mate. I don't take compliments very well, but thanks anyway. You know what I mean? Cheers. I know you appreciate it. Cheers, bud.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome.
No, fantastic. And as always, you know, thank you very much for coming on, Steve. Really appreciate you coming on, and you know, and for us to be able to help spread the word of Andy's Man Club, and it's okay to talk. You can find them on Instagram. Go and give them a follow. Go and speak to someone if you need to speak to someone. I'm sure there'll be someone there that can, reply to a message or whatever and guide you to your nearest club. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic thing that you do, and to absolutely second everything that Gilly said there.
Yeah. Thanks, Ross. We're in partnership now, mate, so you can't get away from us. So anytime
it's an
you
absolute
want
pleasure.
me or any of the lads to come on, you just got to say it, and we'll be there, mate. Honestly, 100%. Thanks so much for having us again. Once again, cheers, lads. And also remember, it's okay to talk, lads. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you very much. Gilly, that was brilliant. I love talking to Steve. He's such a, I know
he's like you say, he's an absolute legend of a man. Because, like you say, what he's doing there is basically just making a massive difference in his own and the wider community, isn't he? His footprints reaching all over Cumbria with so many men, and to do what he does and to give up so much of his time for free, and it's phenomenal, to be quite honest with you. They're the real heroes of our community. I wish maybe next week I could go and put a cross in a box and vote for somebody like Steve Brown. That would be, that would be perfect. Steve Brown for Prime Minister. But yeah, like I say, but no, it's fantastic, and I think it'll just struck a chord with so many people. I mean, there was one point there where I think you talked about that lull when a fighter's had a fight, and then all of a sudden the routine's gone and everything's gone for that few weeks after the fight. And to be honest with you, even as a promoter, after that last show, Ross, that we done the WBKB2, I don't think me and Kev spoke for 2 weeks. And then when we finally got round to speaking, it was just because we just both had been so flat. We just needed that time to sort of take stock and to recharge and to process everything. And we'd gone from it dominating our lives to all of a sudden the show was finished and there was nothing, and it was like we were both a bit lost, to be honest with you. And yeah, so absolutely. So, but it's great that there is that support network in place, because as I've had my struggles in the past, as I've mentioned. Back then, unfortunately, there wasn't an outlet like Andy's Man's Club. And I think it's just reassuring to know, as well as the people who go there, that there is also that safety net there for men. And they meet every Monday. I think it is 6 till 8 p.m. on a Monday. They've got venues all across Cumbria. Check out the website, keep them up on Instagram, etc. And just, if you do need to speak out, guys, just speak out. There's no shame in it. We're all in the fight together. Life goes hard on us all at times. And, as men, we can talk to each other and we'll get each other through all those hard times, and there's better days ahead always.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Gil. And what? We'll end the podcast here, I think, mate, because it couldn't have gone any better to get these lads on and to get Steve on again. It's been an honour.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick shout out to all our sponsors for WBKB3. Give us a nudge if I've forgot anybody, Ross. Bounty Competitions, Cloud Competitions, Maxwell Flooring, Peyton Brothers Scaffolding. We've got Lake District Raw Dog Foods. Welcome on board to Vandella Phone Repairs from Carlisle, and also Avon Construction Limited from Carlisle. Fantastic to have 2 new sponsors on board. Thank you very much to all those guys for the sponsorship. Obviously, tickets are now getting to the point where they're limited. Please don't miss out on your tickets for the show, guys. Kev's waiting by his phone because he's left enough comments tonight, so he's got no excuse to say he's not by his phone. His number 07568 729 822. Give Kev a shout and he'll get you sorted out with the best tickets that we've still got available.
Selling quick. It's still 2 months away.
Yeah, just over 2 months. We've still got a couple of big fights to announce. I think people we're working on them. If we pull these 2 fights off, I think people are going to be shocked at what we've got to finish our card. We're certainly excited by it. Both of the fights that we've got finished off will sell a lot of tickets. So if you haven't already done it, like I say, we've given you enough fair warning. Get your finger out, get in touch with us, get your tickets. You won't regret it. The best night of entertainment, the best environment. You know, come along, bring your friends, experience bare knuckle boxing, see what the WBKB's got to offer. You really won't regret it. It'll be fantastic.
Absolutely. And like you say, thank you to our sponsors for without them it isn't possible. And a big shout out to Vandella Phones and Repair in Carlisle, just on the Newtown Road beside the flower shop, doing all kind of phone repairs there. You need batteries, screens, all that kind of stuff, and Avon Construction as well. Do unbelievable work. Go and check them out on Instagram. Appreciate you all. Thanks, Gilly, for being on again. Next, we'll be back. Are England playing next Thursday?
No, they're not.
No.
So we'll be back next Thursday, Ross.
That's it. We'll be back with WBKB Thursday with some new guests.
To be confirmed, absolutely.
I think there was a guy earlier on in the comments that might want to come on. So we'll maybe get him on next week.
I'll take 2 paracetamol beforehand.
Gilly, have a good night, my man. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, Ross. See you later. Take care.
See you later. And thank you all for jumping in the comments there. Really appreciate it. A lot of love and support for these guys. The fighters, and for Steve as well from Andy's Man Club. Go over and give them all a follow. Watch their journeys. Alan Watton, good evening. Hope you're well. And everyone else that was in the comments as well. Way too many to kind of mention. But yeah, stay tuned. WBKB Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday. I'll be back at some point. I don't know when really, but I'll be back at some point. I'll have another. It is WBKB shirt Thursday, mate. Absolutely. I've got some amazing guests and there's some big things happening as well behind the scenes, which I've got to go on a call for now. So thank you all again. Speak to you soon.